Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, you're very welcome. My name is Dr. Chidiogo. I'm a doctor and I create content around food, around health, and generally lifestyle. But very recently, I just started enjoying sharing my random thoughts on stories that people post online just so that we can learn from them. If this is something that you would enjoy listening to, you definitely do want to keep on watching. Welcome back, you guys, and thank you so much for your support on the previous episodes of Random Thoughts. In this episode of Random Thoughts, there's just a conversation between two friends, Ayo and Unknown. So there is a money transaction that went on, and Unknown just outrightly denied Ayo. Like, it really kind of hurts because it just makes people feel bad for being kind, and that is not a good position to put someone in. I feel like we should really just appreciate people when they're kind to us and try as much as possible to be honest. So this is a conversation between Ayo and his friend, like I said. So the other friend is Unknown. Ayo tweeted, "If them tell me say person fit do me like this, I for no believe am. From the chat, you can tell I didn't believe him, but I just didn't want to take a chance with that amount of money." Now here's the conversation. Ayo: "Hey man, what's up? I just sent you some money by mistake. It's not my money. It's meant for someone in Nigeria. Please, when you receive it, let me know. Please answer. I sent 294,000 naira. Unknown replies, "Hey bro, sorry I just woke up. I haven't received anything, but I'll let you know if I do." That is fine. Fair, normal, decent conversations with, two people who I assume are friends. Aya says, "When a transfer takes too long, I'd assume I'm being scammed." Then Unknown replies, "You mean your friend would assume you're scamming him? I don't trust people like that. I've been burnt by people I considered friends." This is Aya speaking. Unknown replies, "Oh, I get it. On Sunday," I think the previous conversation was on a Friday. "On Sunday, Ayo sends another message. How far? Good afternoon. Any updates?" Unknown replies, "I did alright, bro. What's up, bro?" I think this is on a Monday because there's no update. He now replies, "What's up, bro? I just got back from the bank. I filled a complaint form and I explained what's going on to them. They said there's nothing showing on their end, but since I filled the form, in 4 or 5 working days, I will either receive it or the sender gets a refund. But they're saying they're not seeing any incoming credit on their systems yet, and I just have to wait." So Unknown claims to have gone to the bank, and this is the bank's response. Ayo insistently says, "Is it possible to get a picture of the complaint? Let me see if I can send it to the customer support here." I'm assuming Ayo is not in the country. It's not based in Nigeria. Unknown replies, "I left already, bro, so no. I just filled the form and gave it to them." Ayo, in his good heart, now says, "Okay, thank you." Ayo makes another tweet saying, "Eventually called his bluff, and this is what I met with. This is an individual I helped barely 2 months ago to get back on his feet after he lost everything. Yet, I get this. I know this is Nigeria, not much can be done, but I need that money and I'd appreciate any help." Apparently, Ayo sends a message to his friend, Unknown, and says, "Hey, good morning. So I reached out to the bank and they confirmed that you got the money. They also informed me you have withdrawn up to 77,000 naira. Are you going to refund me or not?" I hope you understand where this conversation is going right now, because these are two friends, supposedly two friends, but one just lied and scammed the other and is still in denial. Now that Ayo has confronted him with proof, that he has gotten from his own bank, Unknown now says, "Good evening. I'm sorry I haven't been forthcoming about this. I don't have any means of refunding you right now." Okay, this is where I am actually mad. This is where I wasn't angry at unknown prior to this moment, but this is where I am pissed off. It's even more of the attitude for me, besides the words, which are not even properly worded. Like, this is not how you talk to somebody that you just legit stole his money, because it's stealing. Your friend made a mistake and sent the money to your account. The decent thing to do is to reach out to the person first, because this guy's attitude is just funny. Somebody sends you money, like you wake up in the morning, you see alerts. It didn't occur to you to call and say, oh, thank you so much, I got the alert. Let the person now say, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. You didn't appreciate this person. Okay, let's just assume you even knew it was a mistake. You now went ahead to lie that you hadn't gotten the money, and you went ahead to withdraw 77,000 naira, and then only now admitted to it because he called you out. Did you think he was going to forget? I guess maybe he was assuming that, his friend would not go to the bank to verify the transfer. Anyway, Ayo replies, lol, lol. This is how you treat me? Seriously? Shaking my head. It is well. Oh, I feel bad for Ayo. Please, you have to find the money as soon as possible and forward it to the intended individual. It's even paining me more because this was somebody else's money. Now, the person will not be looking at Ayo as, are you sure? Are you sure you sent the money? Like, I'm looking at you like this. It will just it will just mess up Ayo's integrity in front of the supposed person who had the money. But he said, I already told you this money doesn't belong to me. And to be honest, I do not care how you get the money. You're going to forward the remaining right away and send the rest once you can get the balance. Ayo is graceful. I truly appreciate him for the grace that he has given his friend. Like, from everything building up, from the lies to the stress to the fact that he had even withdrawn 77,000 from the money. Ayo is even now still gracious enough to say, okay, send me the one that you have. Then once you get the balance, you send it. If you have to borrow to pay back, please do. But this money must be sent ASAP. Unknown now replies, I don't have any means of raising that kind of money. I didn't ask for you to put me in this position. Like I said, Unknown is just an unkind person. Unknown's attitude, this is absolute gutter behavior. It shows lack of integrity. It shows every form of dishonesty. And it shows that he does not even regard Ayo as a friend. Unknown does not. Ayo, I'm sorry, but Unknown is not your friend that you think he is. Because look at what he's saying. I didn't ask for you to put me in this kind of position. What position? It was an honest mistake. Anybody could have made that mistake. It was an honest mistake. And then you went ahead to spend the money. This gaslighting, this is like pure gaslighting, because he's now turning around to make it look like it's Ayo's fault. And I just don't get it. He said, I already spent part of the money. That was why I was reluctant to come clean when you asked me. And I understand this is unforgivable. So he knows exactly what he was doing. But like I said, because he doesn't rate Ayo, he doesn't even care for Ayo's forgiveness. I don't have any way to pay it back. And I don't have anyone I can borrow this amount of money from. With this attitude, how would you have? How would you have? You've probably scared all your friends away that nobody will come through for you in time of need. Don't be like Unknown. He also goes ahead to say, I don't have anybody I can borrow this amount of money from or anything I could sell to raise it. I know my actions are unforgivable. And I am not asking you to forgive. Again, he does not rate Ayo. He's not even asking. Do you know how you will not rate somebody to not even consider asking their forgiveness? Like, you've hurt somebody, you've done something to them, you've put them in a compromising position where now Ayo has to either pay another almost 300,000 naira to the intended individual who owned the money and still apologize on top for not sending the money in due time. Like, this is the position you've placed him in, and you're now saying you're not even asking for his forgiveness. Again, Unknown does not rate Ayo. He says, all I'm asking for is time. If you can give me till the end of the year to raise the money, I'll do what I can in the meantime to raise the money. But as soon as possible isn't possible. Ayo now says, are you telling me you have spent everything? Because I'm sure at this point Ayo was expecting him to send the at least 200,000 naira that he still had, because the bank told Ayo that 77,000 had already been withdrawn by Unknown. So I'm sure Ayo was expecting, okay, at least send the 200k you have. Let me now, complete it and send to the owner, while you take your time to, raise the rest of the money. To Ayo's shock, Unknown says, yes, I had debts and I used it to sort it. I have 7k left in the account as I am typing this right now. You had debts to pay. Did you not know you were going to pay that debt before Ayo mistakenly sent the money to you? And then, even when you received, I don't even know how to think about this, but I'm just trying to put myself in Ayo's shoes and figure out, what do I do? How do I go about this? Because this is an honest mistake that anybody could have made. And, my random thoughts are just like, verify accounts before you send money. I do this when I want to pay for rides, when I want to make transfers. Try to make sure that the account name tallies with the account number, and that is the person I intended to send that money to. That is one. But besides that, like I said earlier, anybody could have made this mistake. It was an honest mistake. But where I am faulting his friend is the dishonesty that accompanied the whole thing. First of all, you got the money. Like, as soon as Ayo sent the money, you got it. And then you lied to Ayo. I mean, how can you call somebody bro and turn around to lie to them? It does not make sense to me. And that brings me to us placing titles on the relationships we have with people, or placing labels. I don't know the kind of relationship that Ayo has with Unknown, but I'm just trying to say that when you just meet somebody, the person is not your friend. I think you should have had a level of conversation, a level of relationship. It have spent as much time with somebody for you to call them your friend. You can label your relationships with somebody as acquaintance, as a colleague, as a classmate, as a coursemate, as somebody you just met off the bus, somebody you're just working on a project with. I mean, there are different labels that you can give to relationships besides just jumping right into the term friends. Because I personally, I wouldn't just believe that my friend would treat me like this. I mistakenly sent you money. Instinctively safe, like, I hope this grammar is correct. Based on instinct. I feel like when somebody sends you money, when somebody sends me money, the first thing I want to do is to call the person and hail them. My guy, bro, hey, the emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Like a G. That's the first thing I want to do. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Chuku goziegi maji. Your pockets will never run dry. That is my first instinct when somebody sends me money. I'ma hail you, bro. In this economy, I'ma hail you. 300,000 naira, about 300,000 naira, I'ma hail you. Gee, like, oh, I would truly, truly be grateful. That is one thing, gratitude. So somebody sends you money and you didn't even call the person to appreciate the person. That would have changed the course of this whole conversation, and Unknown would have still had a friend in Ayo. Because then Ayo would have said, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't supposed to be, I wasn't supposed to send that money to you. It was intended for someone else. This is a mistake. And may now say, you as Unknown now say, hi guy, I've been thinking say miracle no dey tire Jesus. So anyway, this is this. You appeal to his tender person. Ayo seems like a sweet person. He seems like a kind person. He seems reasonable. You appeal, guy, I appreciate you for how you helped me 2 months ago. I really appreciate your helping me 2 months ago. Well, I'm in a tight spot and I have a lot of debts to pay. I beg. You get anything where you feel run me? I will see go chop. I will see supposed chop. Is there anything that you can spare from what you just sent me? I truly appreciate it. Ayo may now say, okay, send 250,000 and keep the rest. Send 200,000 and keep the rest, even if it's a loan. And say, okay, when you have it, send it back to me. So I think that we should really not make people feel bad for being kind. We should not take people for fools, and don't be the reason why somebody becomes unkind. Because tomorrow now, Ayo may not want to help somebody else. Tomorrow now, Ayo may not now want to help. Like he said, he's been burnt several times by people he trusted. So instead of you to change that status quo, instead of you to change his perception of friends, you're adding to it and you're making it worse. I think that that's not cool. When we call people our friends, we should be able to be honest with them. We should be kind to them as much as they are kind to us. We should return good for good. Don't be that person who pays back evil for good. It's not fair. We should pay kindness forward. We should not be the person who makes somebody, unkind to other people. And personally speaking, I will pray for you. I will kneel down and I will pray for you. That's like what I would do, to get my money back. I would, you will look for me and you will give me that money. Because this attitude is probably the reason nobody's gonna help you again. You're not going to get out of debts. This kind of attitude, you lack integrity, and it's not a good thing, especially when you're dealing with people. And like I said earlier, he also put Ayo in a compromising position, so you can't even blame Ayo for calling the police on him. So here we have it, guys. This is where we draw the curtains on this episode of Random Thoughts, and I really want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections. Has somebody done this kind of thing to you, and what would you do to unknown if you were Ayo? Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'ma see you in my very next video. Stay blessed and stay fabulous. Bye.